Hey everyone, so today we're starting into our final week of skill 6.c.1 in particular, and that is dividing with multi-digit divisors and being able to do that with the standard algorithmic method. So that's basically using long division. So we're going to work through one today together. If you want to grab out a piece of paper and work along with me, follow along with the steps, and then you should be able to rock and roll on the Ed puzzle questions that will be coming in the following video that's linked below. So first thing we need to do, I've got 4,327 divided by 18. Again, nobody knows there are factors of this, I don't think. Nobody knows the multiples of this right off the top of their head beyond a couple. So what we need to do is we need to find numbers that are compatible. That means numbers that I can basically figure out in my head that are something somewhat like these numbers, in order to figure out, to work through our problem, first of all, and then second of all, check and make sure our answer is reasonable. Now, first of all, right off the bat, 18 and 4,327. I'm just going to look at the first two digits of each, and you'll see this in the video from Math Antics here in just a minute. 18 and 43. Now, I know 18 is pretty close to 20. And 43 would be pretty close to 40, right? Well, we know we got a couple extra zeros there. But ladies and gentlemen, if I cut those zeros off, I figure out how many times 2 can go into 400. That would be 200 times. My answer should be something close to 200. I can figure that out right off the top of my head. Now, don't know the exact answer, but I know if I get an answer that is nowhere near 200, I'm probably doing something wrong. And I can go back and I can double check myself. So let's see here. Again, I might use those same numbers at least for our first digits, because 18, of course, we can't take groups of 18 out of 4 because it is too large. So we would put a 0 on there. 0, subtract. So I multiplied, put my number over here, subtracted. I'm going to get 4, and I'm going to bring then down my 3. I'm good because 4 is definitely less than 18, which shows me that I can't take any additional groups of 18 out of there. Now, 18 into 43, again, this is the one I did before. I said that would go, if this is, I'm thinking of as a 2, and this is a 4, I know 2 can go into 4 2 times. So we'll try that out and see if it works. 2 times 8 is 16. I'm going to carry my 1 up. 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 more makes 3. So I have 43 minus 36. Gonna borrow from over here. 13 minus 6 is 7. 3 minus 3 is nothing. So we're good on that front. 7 is less than 18. So we did great on that step as well. So of course I can just bring down my next digit. Now 18 into 72. Again, we're getting into numbers that I don't know off the top of my head, but I do know if this is rounded to 2 and that's rounded to 7, well, 2 could only go about 3 times into 7, so let's try that one, because 6 is as close as I can get to 7 without going over if I'm thinking my multiples of 2. 3 times 8 would be 24. We'll carry our 2 over. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 more makes 5. Now, we're pretty close. Let's subtract this out and see what we get. 6. There's a 1 over here. 12 minus 4 is 8. 6 minus 5 is 1. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got an 18, right? What does that tell me? Well, that tells me even though I did the work and it was correct and I made a good estimate, I can get exactly 1 more 18 out of there. So I know instead that I can do this 4 times. Again, I can just erase this because I know if that was exactly 1 more time through, that should be 72. So 4 times 8 is 32. So 2 there, carry the 3 up, and 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 more gives me my 7. So that is indeed 72. I've got a 0 there, and I can drop a 7. Now, we're towards the end of my number. 18 cannot go into, I can't take any groups of 18 out of 7 because it is too large. So I'm going to put a 0 down. And because that is my last digit that I am dealing with in my dividend, that 7 is going to become my remainder. So I've got, if I take that 0 away that was my placeholder at the beginning, I've got 240 with a remainder of 7. Again, my estimate was 20. Now, or sorry, it was 200. Now, 240 is a lot more than 200, but if you think about it, I estimated and rounded down with my 18. I rounded up with 18 to get to 20, and I rounded down with my dividend, which means that I cut some of it off and it wasn't accounted for. So 240 is close enough to 200 because I rounded this one up and I rounded my dividend down. That would give me a larger number for my actual quotient than my estimate. So 240 is still a good answer that works with my estimate of roughly 200. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to do the same thing with the mathematics video you're going through here. What you'll need to do is remember, as you're looking at numbers, you need to find things that are compatible. That means you can round the numbers up or down, but you're going to look at the digits and find things that you know are multiples or factors of one another. That will help you to work through the problem step by step. All right, if you've got any questions, please make sure to give us a shout out during office hours today so we can help you out. And we will talk to you guys soon.